Kind of day I would have been better off calling in sick. Before it was over, it would get a lot worse. My afternoon slugfest was nothing compared to the beating I was taking on the airwaves, courtesy of Dr. Sylvia, the hanging judge in Cupid's courtroom.
I don't know, Dr. Sylvia. It's like he's really obsessed about his work.
So he's got a job. Well, at least that's one for the plus column.
I like free speech as much as the next Joe, but I would pay a heavy price for Dr. Sylvia's free speech to my Nadine.
Yeah, but he says it keeps him really busy, you know, and I don't know, he's always standing me up.
And you think he's lying?
I don't know, when he comes home, he's always tired.
I believe that's what we refer to as getting some.
Wait a minute, you don't think Mike is... You don't think he's cheating on me, do you?
Let me write you a prescription, honey. Dump the creep.
But I really like him.
Dump the creep.
I really like him when he's nice. I mean, he's really nice.
Dump the creep.
I had a couple of creeps to dump myself. It's all in a day's work. But this was one day when I was more interested in a night's play, back at my place. After icing down a split lip, I was ready for a nice cold lager. My head filled with anxious anticipation, knowing that when I threw open the door to my castle, Nadine would be waiting to drop her drawbridge. Nadine, am I glad to see you?
And take a good look because I'm history.
Well, I'm sorry. I know I'm late, but...
Too late, Mike.
Nadine, we had big plans to stay in tonight.
I was on the radio, the Dr. Sylvia show,
Oh, no.
and we talked about you. She thinks that you have a huge communication problem.
But can we talk about it?
No.
Nadine?
Mike. Goodbye.
What the hell did that shrink say to you anyway?
To dump the creep.
Have to realize is that happiness comes from control. The male of the species dominates through brute force.
While Dr. Sylvia continued her on-air man-bashing, my temper got the better of me, again. And I decided to pay the doctor a house call of my own.
Honey! What do you mean you're gonna dump me? It's only a stupid radio show.
Dump the creep.
But he has nothing. He'd be sleeping in doorways.
Yeah, right, until that parasite finds another hostess to feed off of.
But I don't want him with another woman.
Well, it's the only way you're ever going to get rid of him.
But I don't want to get rid of him.
Just like the only way I'm ever going to get rid of you is to go to Leslie on line 4.
Dr. Sylvia, my boyfriend, I'll call him Big Al, has a performance problem.
Dump the creep. Susan from Nyack on a car phone.
No, you got my camera in your face, Doctor.
What is your problem?
You, lady. Thanks to you, I'm one of the creeps who just got dumped. Now, what gives you the right to play God? I don't see any diplomas on your wall.
How did you get in here?
How did you get on the air?
I need security.
No, what you need is a muzzle. I'm pulling the plug on this place.
Security! There's a crazy person in a hat! Where the hell were you?
I was on the phone with my ex-girlfriend. Thank you very much.
You too?
Yeah.
Get out of here, both of yous. I'm doing a radio show. We're back. I'm very sorry about this, although I guess it's a good opportunity for us to see narcissistic personality disorder, common with cops.
Please don't do that again.
Hey, I'm sorry, pal. I know I was totally out of line.
Hey, don't apologize. Believe me, I totally understand. I see you.
Yeah.
But maybe it's time for you to visit your friends at Gandhi Electronics, where friendly service and our helpful, non-aggressive sales staff passively waits to help you with all your electronic needs.
We're back. If you're just tuning in, sorry for the long commercial break, but we had a little excitement here in the studio.
We could certainly use some of that.
You know, you're always invited to call in, but I just assume you not drop in and threaten my life like a Mr. Mike Hammer just did. You know, we have fax machines. Oh, jeez, that was a spooky guy. Looked like he just come from some sort of a fist fight.
Did you just say?
Shh. I mean, this is the kind of guy who feels so empowered, he thinks he can go anywhere with that .45 caliber bulge in his jacket. If I don't miss my guess, I think we're talking small parts here.
Where's Mike?
Good question.
I'll go see if he's at Lou's bar.
Take my son Ethan, please. No, that's a joke. I'm kidding. I have to think it's fear masquerading as macho bravado. I mean, my son Ethan is 16 years old, and he's never demonstrated any such patterns. Perhaps maybe because he knows I won't tolerate it. In my
It was
home,
no secret that I've got a bad temper.
I think that's why we're all
What was a secret was that I was doing something about it with the real shrink, my very own Dr. Simmons.
Michael, you're supposed to be here on time. The judge says it's part of your anger management program.
I know, Dr. Simmons. I'm afraid I slipped a few minutes ago. I lost my temper.
I hope you remembered to verbalize and not physicalize.
Well, I did what you said. I tried to use words instead of my fists, but I still want to hit her.
But the point is you didn't. Let's talk about it.
Well, it's a long story.
Well, we still have some time left.
Okay. It all started with a terrible day at work. And the only thing that kept me going was the thought of what was waiting for me at home. Sweet Nadine.
That's nice, Michael. It's good.
But then that psycho-babbling blabbermouth, Dr. Sylvia, started flapping her yapper all over the radio. And the next thing I know, I'm looking at Nadine's taillights flashing 80 down my hallway. I think it is irresponsible of these radio shrinks to ruin a person's life. I want to kill her.
Our time's up, Michael.
As I was getting things off my chest with Dr. Simmons, Dr. Sylvia was getting off the air at WRNC. Self-esteem is overrated. A lot of bad people love themselves. And Dr. Sylvia was her own biggest fan.
Nice show, Precious.
Later that night, I had another appointment with a different sort of shrink. My friendly neighborhood bartender, Grady. So how are things at home, Grady?
Oh, don't ask, Mike. Don't ask. Now look at that guy. Jeez, he has no idea what he's getting into. 15 seconds of pleasure for 15 years of hell. And he's about to become a walking ATM machine. So let's check this out. I'm trying to watch the St. John's game. The wife wants to talk about the relationship. I mean, what's the talk? I make the money, she spends it. That's the relationship.
You got a radio at home?
Sure. Why?
Throw it out. Oh, I mean, throw it out. Hey, Skip. Hey, how about those Jets, huh?
Mike, I gotta take you downtown.
What? What?
Dr. Sylvia's on a slab, strangled and bludgeoned.
That's a bad joke, Skip.
Now, this one's not making the funny papers.
You serious?
Has a heart attack.
What, do you think I did it?
It's not what I think, Mike. They sent me to take you downtown.
What?
Mike, listen, You mind settling your tab first?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, guy.
Hey, Skip, wait a minute.
We're even.
What?
Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer, over here. You want to retract what you said to the radio hostess?
Mr. Hammer,
No comment. This is all I need. Come on. Come on! Radio psychiatrist Dr. Sylvia was dead, murdered, and I was now the talk of the town, the prime suspect. But I wasn't the only suspect. After years of telling women to dump the creep, there were plenty of creeps who had motive to dump Dr. Sylvia. If I'd only turned the other cheek.
All right, come on, honey. Man. All right, baby. Come on, come on.
Maybe the fan club thinks you're funny, but I don't.
Come on, Skip. You know I didn't kill her.
I don't know anything. Where were you at 6:05?
I don't know. My watch stopped at 6:04.
Where, Mike? You walked out of the studio at 5:15. 2 hours later, you turn up at Lou's. What's in between?
Skip, I didn't kill her.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think you did either. But you were certifiable to get yourself this far into it.
A shrink.
What?
A shrink. I've been seeing a shrink.
And not a minute too soon. Will he verify?
It's a she. Call her. Maybe you should schedule an appointment.
Oh, I hope you told her you have a short fuse. One of these days, you're going to go postal.
Now, look who's talking. When you get angry, there are at least 43 cars waiting for your face to turn green.
Ah, damn, the thing's a machine.
She's probably in session.
Maybe you better give me Betsy, Mike.
Oh, no. That's going to take an arrest. And right now, all you've got's a trespassing charge.
Come on. Let's play it safe. Hand her over.
Skip, Dr. Sylvia was strangled.
Go home and stay there. You step 1 foot outside that house, I'll get a warrant.
Well, you're going to need more than one. At least half the guys in New York wanted to see her dead.
Well, go home.
There's no card game tonight?
No, can't. The house is a mess. Maggie's putting up drywall in the den.
With my head on the chopping block, I had to get busy and catch a killer. It's always amazed me that a murderer will show up at their victim's funeral, but it happens. So I happened to find my way to Dr. Sylvia's memorial service. The place was packed, proving the old adage, give the public what they want and they'll beat a path to your door. Ethan, the perfect son, sat next to his father, Frank, the perfect husband. Familiar names to fans of Dr. Sylvia's show. The big boy slobbering in the hanky was Sam Moeller, a blowhard who turned right-wing radio into a ratings bonanza until Dr. Sylvia got his time slot.
Better get out of here before you're spotted.
Well, I'd rather be spotted than wearing stripes. I gotta find out who did this.
That's Sam Mueller. Sensitive guy.
Sam Moeller. Do yourself a favor. Call me.
About what?
Us.
It's tragic what happened to Dr. Sylvia, eh, Sam?
Oh, devastating.
The two of you were close?
Without her, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Without you, would she be where she is today?
Next caller.
What kind of a creep would hit on a girl at a funeral?
These flowers are killing me. I need a smoke.
Hammer?
Verbalize and not physicalize.
You got a pair of brass when showing your face around here?
Dad, are you okay?
Listen, I did not kill your wife, pal.
You sure as hell gave a green light to whoever did.
You may be right about that, and I'm sorry if that's true.
You're sorry. You're damn right you are.
Dad, it's gonna be okay.
Let's go, Ethan.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Listen, I want you to know something. I want to make this right for you and your dad. Now, I can't bring your mom back, but I am going to nail whoever killed her.
She'll still be dead.
Okay, here's my card. I want you to call me if I can help in any way. Oh, sorry about the writing on the back. That was a tip on a horse last week.
Did you win?
Yeah, I finished fourth. You call me.
Thanks.
Ethan, I said let's go.
How about you head home like Skip told you?
How about we catch a killer? It's called Pin the Tail on the Husband. I want to find out where he goes to the bathroom.
Photos?
As many as you can get. I hate prison food. And Velda, meet me at the radio station in an hour.
What do you need me for?
Well, I've worn out my welcome there, but you just got an open invitation from Sam Moeller, so give him a call.
Where you going?
Get my head examined. Instead of saying it with flowers, I had to say it with knuckles. Now I had a few things to say to Dr. Simmons. I'm afraid I lost it again, Dr. Simmons. But I remember what you told me just in time.
I'm glad. You know, anger comes from helplessness, and a lot of the patterns are established in childhood.
What are you talking about?
Can you remember a time when you were young and felt helpless?
Yeah, I remembered. I was 9, just a kid, still wet behind the ears, hawking the Herald Tribune in a part of town that was crummy even then. But I felt safe because my dad's drugstore was just around the corner. But one day after work, a day I'll never forget, a gangster who wasn't having any luck squeezing protection money from my old man decided it was time for the final squeeze. My dad died in my arms, trying to protect me. Hell yeah, I know what it's like to feel helpless.
Open up! Open up! I need to talk to you! Open up! I need to talk to you! Open up!
Maya, what's going on?
Audition. Oh, this audition.
They're not part of your emotional group?
I wish. He's such an ignorant. Open up! Open. I try to have some peace here, but how I can with all the singing birds and roller skating little people and all this tap dancing geeks? What's going on here?
You're good. You ever been on the screen?
Not really, Mike. Tell him.
Not that I know of.
Oh, think about it. The passion, the anger. No, you could be big. Oh, yeah, you could be a star. Do you have an agent?
Listen, I don't even have insurance.
Ah, well, step into my office. I'd like you to read a few scenes for me.
I can sing. Oči čarné,
This I like.
oči smutné. Mike, did you know I speak Russian?
No,
And прекрасные, как боюсь.
Oh, honey, it's all in your head. Tammy Gail Moffat, my little rose petal. I've never even looked at another woman. I gotta go.
Hi. I'm here to see Sam Moeller.
Your name, please?
Velda.
I'm Dwayne. You know my gun's for real.
Are you writing my name in your address book?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll tell Sam you're here.
I found my way to the crime scene, Dr. Sylvia's office, hoping to find evidence that would lead me to a killer. Dr. Sylvia had more shoes than a dance troupe and an ego to match. The scuff marks could have been hers, but they looked like heavy boot prints, maybe marks from the murderer.
I think I'm lost.
I know the feeling.
I came to do a swimwear promotion, but this is like a radio station. How are people supposed to see this? On radio.
They'll just have to pull out their antennas and play with their dials.
This is Carmen Miranda, sitting in for the late, great Dr. Sylvia. All right, let's take a call. Is this Helen?
Excuse me, Helene. Dr. Sylvia?
You're not listening to me, are you?
I have a problem with my boyfriend.
Well, what's he driving?
He's driving me crazy. He's always watching golf.
No. What kind of car is he driving?
I don't know. It's blue and it rattles a lot.
That, dear lady, could be front-end problem.
What does this have to do with our relationship?
You gotta understand, if he's having car trouble, then watching golf might be his only escape. Remember, an automobile is the second largest purchase you ever make. Deal with it.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you for a second. First time in a radio station, Velda?
My dad had a CB in his van.
Oh, yeah? There's the mailroom.
Yeah, the real mailroom?
That's it. I used to keep these boys pretty busy when I had drive time. Yeah, I used to get about 500 letters a week.
Yeah?
Yeah. Drive time was thrive time. I had molar time running through every rush hour on the East Coast. Yeah.
Well, why did you move from the afternoon spot?
Dr. Sylvia got it. One of the advantages of being married to the program director.
Maybe now you'll get it back.
Maybe. They got some car nut in there now. He's he's dying. It's beautiful. They'll come around. Yeah, they'll beg. I'll end up getting a raise for this. Why don't you celebrate with me, Velda? I got a jacuzzi in my office.
Oh, just looks like you could use some cold water, not some hot. Besides, don't you have a show to do?
I sure could show you a good time.
Just meeting you has been all the excitement I think I could handle today.
Your loss. God love you.
While Velda and I poked around the radio station, Nick tailed the late Dr. Sylvia's husband, Frank, to Lou's bar, where he was about to have a cold one with a hot one. His mistress, Hallie. Everybody handles grief in their own way, but Frank's grief wasn't being handled. It was fondled. From Lou's, Nick tracked the lovebirds to a love nest in a nice part of town. The dress code was casual as Frank's attitude towards his wife's murder.
So how long do we have to wait?
We have to be careful.
Well, when are we going to tell your son?
Look, don't worry about Ethan. I will handle him.
Frank, Sylvia's dead. Why do we have to keep hiding?
Hallie, we have to be patient. There is a lot of money involved.
I'm not waiting around forever, Frank.
Where are you going?
This is unbelievable.
Where are you going?
Thanks to Nick's camera, Frank was exposed.
Real nice. Perfect husband. Where'd you get these?
Fire escape and a long lens.
Looks like Frankie's got a long lens. Who's the girl?
Name's Hallie. She's at 2307 York.
Slick address. Does he keep her?
He owns the building.
Frankie boy just moved to the top of the list. Let's find out how much he gets with his wife dead.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Skip.
Great idea. Canadian football. Nobody knows the spread.
Take Calgary against the Bearcats.
Take a ride with me.
Where?
I never heard back from your shrink. I want to check your alibi.
Skip, I'm busy.
Oh, and this is my hobby. Come on, you can play with the sirens, and we'll run a few red lights.
Dr. Simmons only saw me if I phoned for an appointment. But on this particular day, she wasn't taking any calls.
Oh, jeez.
Now my shrink was dead, with my business card in her paw. It was time for this private eye to get out of public view.
Jeez. What the hell is going on here, Mike? Look at this. She's got your card in her hand. Knucklehead. This is Captain Gleason. All channels. Put out an APB on Mike Hammer. Repeat. The suspect's name is Hammer. I want an all-points bulletin. Hammer, Mike.
While Skip was looking for me, I was looking for a hideout.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Herb Liebman, the foreman. Thanks.
What? Mike!
Herbie!
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Excellent.
Listen, Herbie, I need a favor.
Anything, Mike. I owe you big time. Name it.
I need a place to crash.
Trouble at home?
Oh, trouble at home, trouble at work, trouble in River City. Can you give me the keys to your place?
This is my place.
You live here?
Have a little misunderstanding with the little woman.
I'm sorry to hear it. Dump the creep?
Yeah. How'd you know?
It's going around like the flu.
Well, you're welcome to stay here. I'm working the night shift anyway. Hope you're a sound sleeper, Mike.
After the day I've had, I'd sleep through anything. Thanks, Herbie.
Anytime.
There's no doubt about it, folks. Our country is in the midst of a moral crisis. I mean, is there anything good about this guy, Clinton? First, we find out he sleeps with everything that moves. Now it's cruelty to animals. Why do people like this guy? Hey, give me a call. We'll talk about it right after the news. This is Moeller Time on WRNC, the show that puts the teeth back into talk radio.
Hey, you're a fast little mover. Aren't you shaken up?
Oh, yeah. Ever since we met. In a good way.
No, I mean about Dr. Sylvia.
Velda. May I call you Velda?
Sure. That way I know you're talking to me.
Velda, I'm over Dr. Sylvia like I'm over capital gains tax. That guy Hammer, he killed her and gave me a new life.
Were you at the station when it happened?
I was on the air when they found her.
What about, before, like, say, when she was killed?
I was in my office. I was sharpening my salute to Jesse Helms. Wait, you don't think I had...
Was there anybody there with you?
Give me a break, Velda. We hadn't even met yet.
Well, I'm glad that we did.
You'll see how it is when you're with me. The waiter, he never brings a check. And when I get drive time back, we're talking kingdom. Oh, and you could hold the keys.
Well, that would be different. This is just sounding better and better.
So, what did you think of the show?
Interesting. So, did Clinton really drop kick a French poodle over the White House hedge?
I happen to have the tapes back at my place. Somebody you know?
Well, we hadn't met yet.
So you won't need him now? Oh, hell. He's a cop.
Yeah. Did I forget to mention that? Oh, look. There they are. My men. And they're in handcuffs. Just the way I like them. Gotta go.
You don't just sit there and look at me like you don't know where he is. You know. You tell me. And maybe you don't get booked as accessories.
Did you check his apartment?
Did you ever spend the night in lockup, Velda? Blondes are very popular in there.
Who'd feed my cat?
You cover for him now, and you're not helping him.
Look, we don't know where he is.
We don't even know where he is when he isn't hiding.
Are your thighs sagging more than they used to? Is gravity turning your Battle of the Bulge into a nightmare of caftans and mood lighting? Then take a load off. Dr. Fay has helped thousands of men and women lose tons of weight with LipoMelt. Forget stomach staples, liposuction, and exercise.
Well, you're not walking home until you tell me. What was he working on? Where is he? Yeah, Captain Gleason. Maggie, what do you want? I don't even know what an arc welder is. Check the kids' room. I'm busy.
Hello, Allie. This is designed to whiz us right past the what are we talking about stage.
So, what do you want?
Same thing you do. Security.
So, this is a shakedown?
No, call it more of a moment of truth.
Money. You want money, right?
No, Hallie. It's love I'm after. Now, just imagine that I'm the late, great Dr. Sylvia, and you make a phone call and you say, Dr. Sylvia, I'm having an affair with a married man. Where does it go from there?
Downhill.
How long?
About a year.
Where'd you meet him?
I'm a call screener on the show. Or I was. I've been let go. That's radio, right?
Right. And I guess you'd heard so much about the perfect husband, you wanted to try him on for size yourself.
He came on to me. His marriage was not a problem.
But you still wanted to see him break up.
Once I got involved, sure.
Were you at the radio station the night of the murder?
Yes. Am I going to have to repeat this to the police?
Unless you can give me a chip I can use, yeah.
Sylvia was about to transfer all their savings into a blind trust for Ethan. Frank wouldn't have been able to get his hands on any of it. She died before she was able to make that transfer. So now Frank has all the money he'll ever need.
And Frank can marry you.
He wants me to go down to Florida now until the investigation's over.
Allie, did Frank kill Sylvia?
Hey, if he did, I wasn't in on it. I'm not in on much anymore. Now that he has his freedom, I guess I don't look so good.
Your looks aren't the problem, sweetheart.
I put everything on hold for him. What do you think I should do?
I think you should dump the creep. Mind if I use your phone?
I'd rather you use my phone than your gun.
Skip Gleason, please. My camera.
Yeah, Mike, Skip. No, I have some information for you. There are no bear cats. They're the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Did you bet them?
No, but I put you down for $50, and guess what? You won. So I'll collect and we'll be even. And don't try to trace this call. I'm gonna be out of here.
Give it up, Mike. We found your card in Dr. Simmons' hand, with your handwriting on the back.
Handwriting? What'd it say?
It says 20 bucks on good enough in the 7th. You should have bet the 8th. That's when it came in.
Well, I've got a tip for you, Skip. Meet me at the radio station pronto and bring some backup.
Oh, and he's supposed to be such an animal rights activist. The man drop kicks a French poodle over the White House hedges. I think we have some kind of a double standard here, folks. electronics. That's what I think. Talk to me. Give me a call.
Hello, Frank. Where's Ethan?
Who?
Your son. The boy you tuned out while you were playing hide the microphone with Hallie.
That's none of your business. Thanks to you, I'm single.
Where's your son, Frank?
I don't know. Why aren't you in jail?
That's a question the family court should be asking you, pal.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about child abuse.
Get the hell out of here. First you kill my wife, and you come in here running your big
Frank. Frank!
Well, it's a normal part of adolescence. Take my son Ethan for example. He used to sneak. Ethan went through a phase where he was obsessed with rule over the bra and pants. My son Ethan was a bedwetter. Until I tried all the usual. It's almost as if he wanted to wear them himself. I even let him sleep in it. You know, my son Ethan went through a phase. I am not one of those. So I know firsthand bedwetting is a sign of emotional problems. Masturbation, though, isn't self-love. It's psychology 101. Ethan wets the bed because really shouldn't be encouraged either after dinner. Ethan went through a phase when he was obsessed with his penis.
Mr. Hammer.
It's new, Ethan. Maybe those boots.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about murder.
What?
Why'd you do it, Ethan?
I didn't do anything.
It's called matricide. From the time you were toilet trained to the time you hit puberty, you were nothing but material for your mother's show. And you hated her for that. So you killed her.
I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her.
Oh, you killed her, all right. As soon as your mother's show went off the air, you took her off the air for good. And you got rid of your father, too, because you wanted his protection. He didn't give it to you, so you killed him, too.
You can't prove anything.
It's those boots, Ethan. Those boots were made for killing. You thought you could get away with it. And I made it easy for you. I was a picture ready to frame. You followed me to Dr. Simmons' office. You tried to pin the whole thing on me. And you got rid of Dr. Simmons as well.
But it was your card that they found.
The same card I gave to you. You forgot that I wrote $20 to win on the horse Good Enough in the 7th on the back. Which is good enough to put you where you belong for a long time.
You don't know. You don't know what it was like.
True, I didn't know what it was like. But I knew I felt I was getting too old for this. Until a terrifying child looked back in my direction. A teenager driven to kill by the sting of his mother's words. 3 people were dead. Another death wouldn't bring them back. So instead of going on the air, I found myself in the air.
Don't do it, Ethan.
Hosting my own talk radio show. Desperately hoping my audience of one wouldn't tune me out.
Ethan, I know why you did it. She humiliated you. She ruined your life.
Maybe I was getting soft, but I wanted to help.
Dispatch, we got a jumper.
The air grew colder with each rung of the ladder. A bone-cutting chill that cut me to the core with ugly memories of that day so many years ago when my father met his end in a pool of blood. I understood Ethan's rage, his hatred, his malignant heart. These are powerful emotions to carry, as poisonous to the system as strychnine. And the only known antidote is compassion. But I was lucky. I chose a different path. I had a loving mother who applied liberal doses to heal my wounded heart. And who was I to judge? If things had been different, if she hadn't been there for me, I might have been the kid on the top of the tower, like Jimmy Cagney driven to a murderer's white heat. I know how you feel, Ethan. Your mom put you in a fishbowl. You were angry, you were helpless, and you lost control. When I was 9 years old, I saw a man murder my dad. Let me help you.
All right. Open it up.
You okay? I think I hit a seagull. Ethan was a killer, and there's no excuse. But he was also a victim of parents who only thought of themselves. With help, maybe his life could be salvaged. As for me, I went home hoping to salvage the rest of the night with a nice cold adult beverage and a ball game on the tube. Oh, the life of a lonely bachelor.
You really do work late at night, don't you?
How long have you been here?
Doesn't matter. Guess I'd wait for you forever.
Well, what happened to Dump the Creep?
Change stations.
I changed the sheets.
Then let's give him a test drive.
Hello, everybody. This is Couples Talk with Dr. Wanda, the radio home of open communication.
Dump the Creep.